So next up we have the exhaust pipe, which I'm going to be fitting with the 88cc, and as you can see, it's in awful shape. We made this with my friend a couple of months ago, and it just we left it in a box outside, and as you can see, it has taken some rust, and also we didn't grind the welds all the way. A couple of welds we have grinded and they look pretty good, but what I'm going to do next is grind every single weld with Dremel, and after that I'm going to polish the whole thing, and after that I'm going to make new heat marks around the welds, so I think this pipe will look really good. So the exhaust pipe is ready also, as you can see, and it came out looking interesting, but I think it's way better than the rusty one. So the next step is to take out the rear plastics and paint them, just like I've already painted the front fender with shiny black. And after that I'm going to take out the whole engine and do the rebuild of the engine, and also paint the frame with this kind of dark gray. It's light gray stock, but I'm going to paint it the darker gray so it will look even better. Now the rest of the plastics are here, and what I need to do is to clean them up before I paint them with the shiny black color. Now the primer is on there good, and it's time for the paint. So now every single plastic is painted, and as you can see, hard work pays off. Everything here looks really good, as I was hoping. The surface is almost perfect. Of course, there are some scratches on the fairing itself, and they will show, and also these parts have gotten a little bit dusty already, but that's no problem when I wash the bike. And now what I'm going to do next is going to remove the engine from the frame, and then I will be painting the frame with the same gray as we can see here on the sticker kit. So I'm here with the bike now, and before we can take off the whole engine, we're going to need to drain the coolant out of the system, and also I'm going to drain the engine oil while I'm at it. After that I'll remove the exhaust pipe, and I'll get this bike on a stand so I can remove the engine. Well, now I have removed the exhaust pipe already, which is here, and taken out the coolant and the oil and made a huge mess here. So now what's left to do is to remove the carb and spark plug and all the hoses from the engine, and after that remove the engine itself. So the engine is now at my lovely little workspace, and it's time to start cleaning this up first. And after that I'm going to take the whole engine apart and port match the crankcases to the new cylinder and change the crankshaft and also the crankshaft bearings, and yeah, let's get to it. So as you can see, I've already bought the moped inside, and what I'm going to do now is to clean up the frame. As you can see, it's dirty as hell, and after that I'm going to paint the frame with gunmetal gray paint, and I'm thinking I'll probably get white razors and black fat bar, and also 3D print from carbon fiber infused PETG new clutch and brake levers. I've already tried to print a brake lever, but this was complete failure. It is way too slim and bends too much. Gonna make it a bit more rounded and also thicker from this part, and also better shaped. And what comes to the swing arm, I think I'll make it also black to match the other black parts better. Mostly cleaned up the bike. Some scratches on the frame, they don't matter, and still a bit of dirt in places, but I'm going to take off the swing arm and rear tire next, so I can better clean this area of the engine, and the front wheel, I mean frame, yeah, and the front will stay on during the painting. I will just cover up all of these parts here, and I'm going to get a new handlebar since this is bent badly. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's bent, it's scratched, and it's ugly in color. So I'm gonna get the new handlebar also, so it doesn't matter if it gets a little paint on it. And yeah, when I've taken off the rear swing arm, I think I'm going to do the last cleaning to the frame, and after that I'm gonna apply the base paint first, and or I mean primer, and after that the final coat. Swing arm is going to be black, as I might have said, and I'm also going to polish these wheels. They have been chrome colored, I think, but as you can see, well, years have taken their toll. So yeah. So now the frame is cleaned as well as I could clean it, and it's time to apply the primer paint first. There are a couple of spots that are a bit unperfect, but let's not worry about it too much. I think all of this will nicely be covered by the paint. So now the whole frame is painted, as you can see, and I must say it came out perfect, just as I wished. Now there are some spots where the top coat dripped down a bit, but from a viewing distance you can't even see them, and also of course there are scratches on the frame itself, but this is way better than the old light grey factory paint. So what I'll be doing next is removing first the chain from the swing arm, and after that I'm gonna start cleaning up the swing arm, and it will be painted black, as I have said like 2 or 3 times. And also have a new rear shock absorber coming, which is a all adjustable gas shock. Should be way better than the old stock one here.